Hey guys, welcome back to the Candle channel. Today we have another candle review for the 14.5-ounce 3-wick Harvest Pomegranate candle from Bath & Body Works, part of the next phase of fall candles to be released at Bath & Body Works. The notes on this read rich pomegranate, freshly picked apples, and sweet black plums. So I kept smelling this one and I was like, you know what, this reminds me so much of something we've had before, like an old-time classic type of fragrance. And after having burned it 3 times, I think I can finally pinpoint what it is. And to me, it smells just like the autumn candle, minus that beautiful, amazing, crisp, gorgeous fir balsam note that we all love in autumn. That is basically removed from autumn, and that's what Harvest Pomegranate is, at least in my opinion. And in one of the versions of autumn that I have, it says pomegranate, apple, and fir balsam. So obviously there was pomegranate listed as one of the notes in autumn at one time, and this is pomegranate, apples, and plums. So you can see the comparison there. But to me, it really smells just like the autumn candle minus the fir balsam note. But I actually really enjoy the fir balsam note of autumn. That's what I love so much about it. That's what made it a little bit more unique and complex. It gave a crisp outdoor feel that really made it feel like autumn, and I just love that like pine balsam note that's in there. It was gorgeous. So having a version with that removed doesn't totally sit well with me, but it's another option, so it exists if you like that. So basically, what do I smell from this? Apple is the main top note that I get from this. It could be called Harvest Apple, but I think they made pomegranate to make it a little bit more exotic or appealing or different. But this is totally just like a red apple fragrance. I really get the same type of apple that's in the autumn candle. It's like a crisp, fresh apple. It's very similar to the apple that you get in like the heirloom apple slash Honeycrisp apple slash farm stand apple, gingham apple, what is it, American apple, all the apples that Bath & Body Works has put out. It's that same fresh, crisp apple fragrance. I do have to say it's not quite as quote-unquote moldy as I like to reference the farm stand apple or what is it, the Honeycrisp or heirloom apple to be. It's not quite as like moldy or like outdoorsy dewy as that one is, because there are the sweeter notes that you get from the plum and the pomegranate. So you get that same juicy red apple note, a little less moldy than the other versions. You do get a pomegranate, I suppose. I can't say I'm totally familiar with what a pomegranate smells like, but to me it really comes off like cranberry. It's like a tart berry type of fragrance. It's very similar to cranberry. It smells quite similar to the frosted cranberry fragrance that Bath & Body Works had, and it's mixed with apples. And then I guess the plum gives it even more of this sweet juiciness. When you smell the lid of it, there's almost like a candied sweetness to it that is like sort of like vanilla-y sweet, but when it goes to burn, I don't get that so much, but you just get like this juicy plum, like a plum skin, just like a wet, juicy plum is what I get. That just enhances the apple and the pomegranate. It just makes it sweeter and more juicy, and it's just a very, very juicy apple fragrance is what it comes off as. It's quite sweet, but it doesn't smell artificial. It's not like the artificial Pink Lady apple note that they often use that I really don't enjoy. It's not that, so we're good to go there. If you know the apple fragrance from like autumn or what is it, heirloom apple, Honeycrisp apple, then you're pretty familiar with this. It's quite similar to iced cran apple. I don't have that one anymore, but it has a very similar fragrance profile in the way that you get an apple plus like a cranberry type of note. And this one, the pomegranate, smells very much like a tart cranberry. So you get that. So that's pretty much what this smells like. If you like autumn, but for some reason wanted to like water it down and take out what made it so unique and amazing, then maybe check out Harvest Pomegranate. Or maybe you didn't like the fir balsam note that was in autumn, then this one would be perfect for you because it's pretty much the same fragrance without the crisp balsam note. And that is what this smells like. I gotta say it's kind of basic or boring. Like if I want a fragrance like this, I'd rather go to autumn and like take it one step above to get that extra amazing like crisp fir balsam note that I love so much in autumn. So this one kind of seems like I don't know, redundant, but like a watered down or like not as a good version of it. I don't want to say watered down because it's still very strong, but just like a, I don't know, I guess less awesome version of autumn in my opinion is what this pretty much smells like. But it's very sweet, it's very juicy. It's not super fall-like, but I guess it's fall in the sense that it's a very red apple fragrance, but it's just very sweet and juicy. It's like a fruity apple fragrance, and that's pretty much all I can say about Harvest Pomegranate. As for the performance of this candle, this is about a third burn, going for about 3 hours, and it's doing fine so far. It does burn quite vicious or hot, and it does kind of soot or smoke after 3 hours, so definitely watch it. It's quite a bit of a fast and vicious burn, so make sure you trim those wicks on this one because it will smoke and soot excessively if you don't. As for the throw of this, this is great. It's on par with their other, stronger fragrances. It's kind of like how strong autumn usually is, but minus that for a balsam note. A good 7 or 8, maybe even an 8.5, even lingers after a while. I had this going once and then I left the house for a few hours. Obviously, I blew out the candle before I left and then I returned and I could still smell it in the air. So it had a lingering quality to it, which I really enjoyed. So yeah, this one's a good, very strong, like 8 type of fragrance. So we're good to go on the performance on that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the performance on this candle. Overall, this is an okay candle. I wouldn't repurchase it just because I prefer autumn, and the addition of that for a balsam is just so much more appealing to me. This one seems kind of redundant, that I really don't need to repurchase it. It's not a bad fragrance by any means. It's actually quite pleasant, sweet, and juicy. But for me, I just prefer autumn better. And I'm just really not the biggest fan of just apple either. And it's just like a really sweet, juicy apple. But I would rather prefer like maybe like a marshmallow or a vanilla in here, and the way that the original heirloom apple was. Yeah, this one's just a one and done for me, and that's pretty much it. I think it'll still be like a pleasant, very like mass appeal type of fragrance, but I'm fine with just one. Let me know your comments down below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.